Most people overcomplicate making money online and building a profitable business. They think they need to build some crazy tech startup or spend years developing a skill until they can actually make some money or be an expert, but all of that is simply not true. The reality is, if you know how to package the knowledge that you already have into something valuable, you can pretty much start making money immediately. That's exactly what I did. My name is Fred, and I grew up in a lower middle class family. My parents are nurses and we often lacked money, which is why I always had the drive to work extremely hard and to become financially free. And after failing countless times and trying every business model online and listening to all of the bad advice given by the big gurus, I finally cracked the code. And no, I don't have a Rolex or a Ferrari, and I also don't live in Dubai, but I've been able to create my dream life and reach all of my goals so far. So to thank you for being with me on this journey, when we hit 30,000 subs, I'm going to be giving away $2,000. All you need to do is to watch the video until the end, subscribe, and share it with a friend to push it in the algorithm. So when I made my first $10,000 online, I didn't have a huge audience, a fancy website, and I wasn't even spending a single cent on paid advertising. Instead, I followed a very simple process to sell a high-ticket consulting offer, and that is exactly what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. Because the truth is, selling high-ticket coaching and high-ticket services is one of the best and the fastest, if not the best and the fastest way to get to $10,000 per month and even more. Because you don't need a ton of clients, you don't need millions of followers on social media, and you also don't need to spend thousands of dollars per day on paid advertising. And on top of all of that, your profit margins are extremely high. So to really put it into perspective, let's compare selling a high-ticket coaching offer with a low-ticket product. If you were selling a $50 ebook or course or community, you would need 200 sales to hit $10,000. That's a lot of people and a lot of sales. Now, if you were to sell a $1,500 coaching or service, you would only need 7 customers. So which one sounds easier for you? Convincing 200 people to pay you or 7? Most people struggle to make money online. And in fact, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, 99% of people never even make $1 online because they focus on all of the wrong things. They try to start a dropshipping or an Amazon FBA or a print on demand or even an affiliate marketing business. So all of those businesses, they require lots of volume to actually make a decent income because profit margins are not high. But when you sell high ticket offers, you don't need a crazy volume of customers to make $10,000 per month and even more. You just need a handful of people with a painful problem you know how to solve. So the first step is to pick a profitable niche. To put it simply, a niche is a group of people with similar desires, problems, and pain points. And the biggest mistake that people make when picking a niche is either niching down too much or being too broad at the same time. You need to find a sweet spot. So for instance, if they go too broad, they might say things like, I want to help people with their mindset, or I want to be a life coach. That's just way too broad, way too general. You need to be a bit more specific than that, because usually the riches are found in the niches. And if your offer is more specific, it solves a clear, a painful problem, you can charge a high ticket price. To give you an example, Rose does not target everyone, and that's exactly what makes them stand out. So for me to find my first niche, I looked at what I already knew, what I also had an interest in, and what people were already asking me for help with. So in 2022, I started off by selling done-for-you and consulting to business owners to help them to book more meetings with their ideal customers. And at first, I didn't know how to do it, but I learned that skill myself because I figured if I needed to book meetings to make my business successful, then surely if I could also teach others to do it or do it for them, they would be willing to pay me a lot of money for that. And that's exactly what happened. So that's really all you need to get started. You don't need to be the world's best expert. You just need to be a few steps ahead of your ideal customer. So let's say you have experience with fitness. You could narrow it down. And for example, instead of just targeting people who want to lose weight, you could help busy executives or working professionals to lose 20 pounds in 90 days without counting their calories. Or you could help new moms to regain their pre-baby body in 90 days or less. You could help men over 30 to build muscle without having to spend hours in the gym. The key is to find a niche that both has demand and purchasing power. Because if people are not actively looking for solutions in your market, it's not going to work. And if people in your market also don't have any purchasing power, it's not really going to work either. Because it doesn't matter how great your offer or your product is if people simply cannot afford them. Now to help you, I've recorded a free training in which I'm going to share with you everything I did step by step to make upwards of $1,200 per day with my own consulting business. I'll leave the link in the description below, and you can also directly apply to book a call with me or my team, and we'll see if we can help you. So when I had my niche, which was at the time done for you / consulting for business owners to help them to book more meetings with their ideal customers, I worked on crafting a great offer that would resonate with my market. And this is also where most people fail. They come up with a vague offer like, I'll help you to get more leads, I'll help you to lose weight, but it's just not compelling enough. You don't stand out when you say something that vague and that generic. People don't pay for vague promises, they pay for for clear outcomes. So instead of saying something generic, like a lot of people, I made my offer very clear. It was something like, I will help you to add an extra $50,000 in monthly recurring revenue to your business without paid advertising. That is a clear outcome. That is something that people will pay for. Or if you're in the B2B niche, you could also say, I help agency owners to land high-ticket customers without relying on cold outreach. The key is to be specific as much as possible and to make it clear without making crazy empty promises, because you can never guarantee an outcome for sure. There's so many variables that go into it. But a great offer typically has three main elements. First, a clear outcome. What specific result are you looking to help them to achieve? Then, a time frame. How long is it going to take on average? And third, a unique mechanism. What makes your method different from everyone else? You don't have to do something different per se, but you need to do it better or to do it in your own way. So if you can combine these three things, you will actually have an offer that makes people want to buy. And if they don't, they will feel stupid. Now, once I had my niche and my offer, the next step after that was to focus on getting customers. And the best way to do this is by utilizing social media content. When I got started, I didn't have a big following. In fact, I had less than 1,000 subs on all social media platforms. But like I said, that didn't really matter because I didn't need to be famous. I just needed to put my offer in front of the right people. So I did this by doing two things. I reached out to my ideal customers and I also made very specific targeted content to attract my ideal customers to me. So I wasn't about making fancy videos or trying to go viral or even to get 1 million views. I was simply sharing valuable insights, answering questions that my prospects had, and giving them value to try to help them to solve their problem. For example, if I were in the business of helping people to lose weight without dieting, I could post content like how counting calories is actually making you gain weight and what to do instead. Or something like the 3 biggest fitness myths preventing you from losing weight. Why you don't need to do cardio to lose weight. How to lose weight while eating the foods that you love. So if you take a look at the first videos I posted on my YouTube channel back in 2022, I was posting literally raw video sales letters to help my ideal customers. And when people saw my content, even though I wasn't famous by any means, people started to engage with it. I started to have more and more people come to me, and then I didn't have to chase customers myself. People would leave comments, people would like, DM me, drop me a follow, and then we'd hop on a call, and some people would become paying customers. But the key was my content positioned me as an authority because it showed people I knew what I was talking about and it made them trust me. It built a sort of relationship, a sort of friendship. And once I had people engaging with my content, the next step after that was to have real, genuine conversations with people, because a lot of people think they can just make content, random content, and clients are going to magically come to them. That can work, to be honest, but if you have a smaller viewer base, you will need to be proactive instead of just passively sitting back on your chair and waiting for people to always come to you. So whenever somebody liked my post, commented on it, or dropped me a follow, I would simply reach out to them, strike up a conversation. I wasn't being salesy, I was just being a normal human being, talking to someone. Or you could simply say something like, hey, I saw that you liked my post on how to get more sales calls for your business without having to spend more money on paid ads. Are you yourself currently trying to book more sales calls? And from there, some people would answer, and I could clearly see yes or no. If they had the problem I could help them to solve, which was to book more sales calls. And when they did, I invited them to a call with me. But this is also where most people mess everything up yet again. They either never start conversations because they're too scared, or they try to sell in the DMs first things first. The goal isn't to close the deal in the chat. The goal is to get them to hop on a call where you can have a real conversation with them and close them if they are the right fit for what you have to offer. And it allows you to be hyper selective, because when somebody is not the right fit, you don't give them access to your program or you don't start working with them. Now, once I got my prospects on a call, the goal was very simple. At first, it wasn't even to sell, because I wanted to make sure this was the right fit. And so at first, I would ask them questions. I would try to understand their problems, and then I would show them how I could help. I didn't use some aggressive sales scripts or pressure sales tactics. I was just having a real conversation with people like a doctor, trying to see whether or not I could help them, trying to prescribe them the right medication, so to speak. And because my offer was so clear, a lot of people said yes, and then they paid me a high ticket price and we started working together. This is exactly how I made my first $10,000 online. I wasn't famous, I'm still not, by the way. I didn't spend a single cent on paid ads, and I didn't invent something revolutionary. I just followed a simple step-by-step process, the same process I help my customers to implement. And this process works in any niche. Whether you help people to get in shape, or you help businesses to make more money, or you teach people an instrument, either way it works. First you pick a niche, then you create a clear offer, and then you post content to attract the right people. Then you start conversations, you get people to hop on a call, and then you make them an offer if you consider a good fit. It's really that simple. And if you follow this process, you can make your first $10,000 online much faster than you ever thought possible. And when you do it one time, you can do it again and again and again and again. The only thing stopping you right now is a clear step-by-step process and taking action consistently on it. Because the sad truth is, most people are going to watch this video and do nothing. But the ones who do take action generation, they are the ones who will build profitable businesses and obtain financial freedom. So if you want my help, check out the free video training I made for you in the description below of this video, and then you can directly apply to book a call with me or my team, and we'll see if we can help you to start or to grow your business. With that being said, I will be waiting for you on the other side.